I'm Dutch, and let's react to the Americans. Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is John, and I'm a typical Dutchman. And if you're planning to come over to Europe for your holidays or maybe to live here, or if you're thinking, why is everything so expensive in America in comparison with Europe, then you are at the right place, because in this channel we take a look at what is the cost of life and living in America versus the cost of life and living in Europe, and everything about life and living in both nations. And for today we're going to take a look at this video from Great Minds Blacks. It's about bankruptcy hits MAGA towns. So the entire town goes bankrupt. Was voting red a mistake? Sounds political. I hope it's not too political, because I don't want to go into the political side. But yeah, let's take a look. We're starting with a subscribe and a like. And then I'm curious why this megatowns are here. Was voting red a mistake? My opinion, yeah. But I don't think it's either red or blue that is good. It's yeah. But my opinion, yeah. Let's take a look what's going on here.
60% of the American public is about to lose everything they have. People living paycheck to paycheck are about to go broke. The GDP numbers came in yesterday, and of course the economy receded, which I predicted 2 months ago, and people laughed. Mark my words, the second quarter is going to be far worse.
GDP numbers first quarter, okay. And the second quarter going to be even worse. We are in the second quarter. Okay.
Tariffs on Chinese products at 145% are about to kick in, which means everything you buy from China on Amazon or elsewhere is about to go through the roof. Grocery store shelves are starting to empty at Walmarts across the country. And of course, grocery prices continue to soar. People who've been financing groceries on credit are starting to default on those payments.
Oh, okay. People who financing their food are starting to defaulting on their food credit, on their food debts. Yeah, it's not good. That's really not good. If you need to finance your food, then it's really going into the wrong direction.
We are about to see an economic catastrophe. If you're in this 60% that has little or no money, please stop spending money. Protect your family. Trump does not care about you. Even if you voted for him, he's a billionaire. He won't suffer, but you and your family will. Please protect yourself.
Okay. Good advice.
60% of the American public is about to lose everything they have. People living paycheck to paycheck
It's the same as...
are about to go broke.
Did you guys hear about the
Oh, it was the same one that I saw, but okay, now somebody else. Oh, I know him.
rural town that cheered?
Paycheck of the American check are about to go broke.
Did you guys hear about the rural town that cheered on this administration's cuts for hospitals until their hospitals got cut? To break
Small MAGA town ruined by Trump's policies. Instant regret for the town.
this down, I'm bringing in contributor Chris Mowry. Watch until the end and check this out. Thank you.
All right, there's a really wild story I want to talk about today. There's a small town in Missouri, a rural area that overwhelmingly voted for Trump, and they only have one hospital in this area. It's been serving the community for over 7 decades, has stayed open as the community has shrunk. They used to have a Walmart, the only Walmart in the area, closed, and through a lot of economic downturn, they have been able to stay open. But unfortunately,
Seven decades, 70 years, this hospital. Okay.
because of Donald Trump's big, beautiful bill, there are fears that it may close in a town that overwhelmingly voted for Trump. And frankly, I don't think they realized they were voting for this. And I want to talk about it today. Before we get into it, if you're new here, it would mean a lot if you click like and subscribe. I'm 23 years old. My name's Chris Mowry. I'm basically a Gen Zer who screams all the time about how Republicans suck. So if you
Okay, Gen Z are always complaining about Republicans suck. Yeah, okay, but the Democrats are not better even too. It's all about the money. And I've said that a lot of times. It's all about the money. It's no longer about the people, Republicans or Democrats. It's all about the money.
If you want to stay on top of the news, here's some of my takes. It would mean a lot if you subscribe down below. Before we hop into this story, this is a theme we're seeing with MAGA and Trump supporters. And I don't really know how I feel, so I think most of the blame should go to Donald Trump for conning the American public. But at some level, I see you guys in the comments, I hear you, it's kind of mind-boggling. This went really viral the other day. This is on LinkedIn, oddly enough. A woman who owns a business. I've been getting a lot of hateful messages since my last post about my business struggles. Yes, my husband did vote for Trump. Yes, Trump's tariffs have seriously disrupted my supply chain and hurt my business. That said, I still support my husband. He voted for what he truly believed was right. It's complicated, but so is life.
Yeah, he's thinking about it, and I'm thinking about it too. I would say she voted for Trump, but didn't know what he was really up to. And that's what I say. And she has a business, so I would say she has learned how to do critical thinking and do some back checking about what somebody's saying and why he's saying. And people had to know after the first term of Trump that the second term wouldn't be that much better.
But like on an issue like this, is it complicated though? Like, really? This is where I get told you a million times he's going to implement tariffs. And it really was pretty simple. He was lying to your face when he said tariffs are paid for by other countries. People like you and I screamed, hey, they're not. They're going to be paid for by American businesses. And this could really hurt.
Yeah, that's the smart people who actually understand what a tariff was. And that's something else than, let's say, taxes for outside countries. And he's using the tariff as a threat to every nation around the world, and he's only hurting his own people. But yeah, okay, I'm getting political again, but
you can let me know what you think down below. We see people like Ellie just in the last few days. A month ago, Latinas for Trump co-founder blasts, quote, inhumane immigrant arrest. Florida State Senator and co-founder of Latinas for Trump issued a sharp rebuke of President Trump on Sunday as his administration seeks to ramp up deportations and other actions against migrants without legal status. Garcia took particular issue with reported tactics in southern Florida, where immigration officials have allegedly been making arrests in immigration courts and taking other steps to target individuals otherwise in compliance with legal orders. She posted on Twitter, quote, "This is not what we voted for. I have always supported Trump through thick and thin. However, this is unacceptable and inhumane." Regardless of how you feel toward
okay. Yeah, it looks like that we're going political anyway.
these individuals, we're here now, and we.
Why can't we get by in this country?
It's switch to another. Okay. Why can't we get by working one job in America anymore?
Anymore, just working one like our parents and grandparents did. But when did survival become a group project? Everybody's so quick to yell, just work harder, grind more, pick a side hustle. But the real question is, why the hell should we have to? Why is one full-time job no longer enough to afford food, rent, and peace of mind? Why are we working 50, 60 hours a week away from our families and, still checking our bank apps like we committed a crime? Why?
Good, valid questions. I don't know. Yeah, I do know why. Because there's a lot of inflation going on, and yeah, tariffs, we just talked about it, prices go up, and salaries don't. That's, yeah.
Why is owning a home now treated like some luxury fantasy instead of the bare minimum of our parents achieved with a high school diploma and a single paycheck? Why are people forced to DoorDash after 10-hour shifts just to afford eggs, gas, and maybe prescription medicine, maybe even diapers? Why do people celebrate people working for themselves into exhaustion, but shame them for admitting they're struggling? Why do we keep pretending this is normal? You shouldn't need a second job to just keep your head above water. You shouldn't have to burn out just to barely get by. Why?
And you can burn out. That's even more, because if you burn out, you're fired from your job or your second job, and then you have no income at all.
Is everything rising, but except our wages? This isn't laziness. This isn't lack of ambition. I mean, this is like a system designed to drain you and convince you that it's your fault. I mean, it's not your fault. You're not behind. We're being buried alive and then told to be grateful for the dirt.
I am tired of like younger generation, even my generation, being like, it's too hard to make it in this world. Like, we're never gonna get anywhere.
Again, in the why I see a toddler in the back. Says, "Mom, why is it always in the car that those people make this TikToks?"
Blah, 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 wages, cost of living, etc. Like, yes, it's hard, but it can be done. So we actually, me and my husband just moved in his 20-year-old brother into our house. He has nothing, like no car. He doesn't even have a license. He's living on our couch right now. He got a job doing landscaping. And I truly believe we set a goal. We looked at like how the money would work. And with
Minimum goal, say $500 per paycheck. That's $1,000 a month for 4 months. Okay, that's the minimum goal, to save $500 per paycheck. Okay.
within 4 months, like he should be able to move into his own place, get a car, and live the American dream and be on his own. Like, I just
The American dream? There is no American dream anymore. It's a nightmare.
don't see why it's so difficult. So hopefully this doesn't backfire and not be right, but just follow along on our journey. And I'm going to post a couple videos of like his living space and how we've gotten him started, because like, come on, you guys, it's not that hard. Like, we live in America. Like,
We did it,
She's very optimistic. It's not that hard. No, you save for 4 months $1,000 a paycheck, and then you give your brother a $4,000. Then he can do what? He pay rent for 2 months or so, maybe 3, with those rent prices. No, you're not. No. Oh, what is she doing in Oklahoma?
started because like, come on, you guys, it's not that hard. Like, we live in America. Like,
Yeah. It's that hard. We did it. We did what?
We did it, Oklahoma.
Okay.
We are 50 out of 50. We are officially the dumbest United States of America.
50 out of 50. Okay. I interrupted it too many. I want to see the entire stuff before I know what is going on.
hard. Like, we live in America. Like,
We did it, Oklahoma. We are 50 out of 50. We are officially the dumbest United States of America. And congratulations, Republicans.
Wait, what is this? I will react. So I don't. We are 50 out of 50. So we are officially the dumbest state of the United States. Republicans, you did it. Something like that. I don't know. Oh, what is this one? Rural grocery stores could close if it cuts to SNAP benefits play out the way analysts predict it will. Okay.
Hey there, kids. Good evening. So I was just reading about some of the impacts of the bridge, and you'll be interested to know, Trump supporters, that there's a few facts that you're probably going to want to be aware of. So first off, rural areas have higher per capita SNAP usage than urban centers and are home to many Trump-supporting counties. That's a fact. Small-town grocery stores often rely on SNAP transactions for up to 30 to 40% of revenue. That's also a fact. So if enough local customers lose benefits, those stores may not survive. Which means, according to Business Insider, that red states like West Virginia, Kentucky, Alabama, and Mississippi, where Trump dominated electorally, are the most dependent on SNAP and are most at risk from the bill's cuts.
Okay. Yeah. It's the second step in this. So the big, beautiful bill cuts on the SNAP benefits, but because there are no SNAP benefits for a lot of people who now cannot even afford to buy groceries with a SNAP, the grocery stores itself, who also depends on those customers, are not getting enough income anymore and have to close also. Wow. Yeah, that's the effect.
That's just a fact. Now, what's not a fact is how that will really play out. But according to Fast Company, they warn that these closures could create food deserts, right? Forcing residents to drive long distances or pay more for essentials, especially hurting seniors, disabled people, and low-income families.
Yeah, either drive more, longer to another store, or even move to another city, another state, just to keep,
If it plays out the way it's projected to play out. So the bottom line is, the people and regions that voted most heavily for Trump are among the most likely to lose access to local grocery stores as a result of his own legislation.
Yeah. And even a hospital will be could be closing. Yeah.
It's really a stark case of policy blowback, right? Unintended consequences, or intended, it's hard to tell, but the bottom line is it's really shaping up that this is real. So where rural communities may suffer the economic and logistical fallout of a law supported by the president they helped elect. So be aware. You can believe me or not. You can say this is a garbage post or not, but I would tuck it away, keep it in mind, and pay attention, because it's likely going to happen.
I believe it. I believe it. Looking from the outside in, from Europe to America, yep, I gotta believe him.
Here at a small No Kings protest here in Bonnie Lake, Washington, as a MAGA girl, I thought I'd go say hi. I am very disappointed to see that there's no brown people here. It's all old white people. You know, they're all about diversity, equity, and inclusion. But I will say, at least these people, even though they don't understand what they're protesting, they're being peaceful. I said you're being peaceful.
You said we were being paid for.
Your point, I'll say mine.
In LA
Yes.
that are picking up people who've worked for years.
Illegally.
Who've worked
Illegally.
for years in
Illegally.
restaurant. Oh, illegally. Do they pay taxes? Illegally.
Doesn't mean they're not here illegally.
Oh, but they're paying taxes
A
illegally.
TIN is
And they're
not
picking
legal
your,
status.
Wait, excuse me, and they're picking your produce illegally.
Oh, yes.
And
What?
you're
For
picking your
what?
produce
For what?
illegally
Less than
so
minimum
you
wage.
can eat.
For what? Less than minimum wage. You're
so do you
supporting
see
slave
some white
labor.
people out
So you
Okay, this is discussion. As long as she doesn't, not her, but the one who's discussing this, she doesn't feel anything about the things that hitting her about being a MAGA. Yeah.
You
Ready to go
support
pick
slave
those
labor.
strawberries?
You support slave
I
labor because
support
white people
immigrants
don't want to
coming.
work for the low labor that the Mexicans do. Because you all say that it's Mexicans and it's not just the
What
Mexicans.
about hotels?
What about them? Every time I post a video about a
Okay. Two people going at yeah. Oh man. Okay, what has she said? I talk about strawberries. Okay.
illegal immigrants, there's always that one person in the comment section, but what about your cheap strawberries? And I just want to say that I feel very privileged for being able to meet one of you in person. Let's say I voted as someone who voted for Barack Obama. I think he did excellent on the border. I think that Joe Biden was a disgrace to this country, and the fact that they tried to thrust Kamala Harris into power as a DEI hire was bad. See here, I'm talking now, and no, see,
No.
see now here you are.
I'm you're yelling at me because of you, and
I'm not
saying-
yelling. I'm speaking loudly because there's people.
I'm not yelling, I'm speaking loudly. Yeah.
People who are honking and
You're
screaming.
yelling and you're over talking me. A conversation
come
is
on.
a give and take.
All right, come on. Go, talk. Speak. Let's go.
Proud Are you? Am I on?
Huh?
Am I on?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Vivian Ivy. Oh, you're not going yet. Hi, my name is Vivian Ivy. I also go by Conspira Cookie.
I'm so sorry. I kind of trolled you. I didn't video you. I'm sorry. I know you really like the attention, but
That's fine.
Video you were posting.
Okay, I'm not trolling. This is going to be on TikTok. Vivian Ivy Conspira Cookie.
She really trolled me, you know? She really got me. I just want to give an honorable mention to a very nice lady that was flying the American flag in that group, and all she said was, "I'm just here to fly the flag." And I can respect that. We had a nice conversation off camera, very nice woman, but ironically enough, she was standing directly next to a lady who was holding a sign that said F ICE with an upside down American flag.
Guys, I am doing a walkthrough of a home today. And
A walkthrough of a home. Okay.
the best part about this home is the view next door. Let me show you.
Okay. What is?
I love that shit.
It's a flag.
Yeah, but-
It's okay. F Trump on the flag, and this is, I believe, I see the sign there. So this is a Mexican flag. Okay.
We represent.
Hi, I just wanted to say I really love your flags. What does the bottom one say? But
Yeah.
but just the small.
If you like them, fuck you too.
This is the neighbor about a house or two down. Look at that. I'm always kind of weary about coming to small towns because, well, we know the rap that they get, but that makes me feel better.
Are you pro-life or pro-choice? Pro-life. Would you like to see abortion illegal in the United States of America? No. You think that people should have the choice if they want to get an abortion? Yes. Okay. So you're pro-choice. Okay.
I lost so many brain cells listening to this. Okay, pro-choice.
You're pro-choice. All right. You just said you were pro-life. All right. Are you pro-life or pro-choice?
Pro-choice. Okay.
I think so. You want abortion to be legal? No. Okay. I don't.
Huh? He's pro-choice. Yes. So you want abortion to be legal? No.
What'd you say?
To be legal. Legal. No.
No.
You want it to be illegal. Illegal. But
Yeah. Okay.
you want people to have the choice whether or not they can have an abortion. Correct. That's right.
That's right.
Must just
Yeah, he's a flip-flop, just like Trump. Elon Musk thinks America is going bankrupt. ICE partner with police in 40 states. Measles are back. New TikTok?
said that Donald Trump is going to bankrupt the United States because the phone baby is time for everything you haven't heard about, but you need to know about. Now, I'm going to try and get us caught up on the news in 3 minutes or less because I have game night at 7:30 p.m. and it's about 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you were overwhelmed last week and you just need a little fun, pull up on us at game night. So basically, some guy on X asked Elon Musk, like, why he and Trump fell out. He was like, what was the one thing? Like, you loved him as much as a heterosexual man could love another heterosexual man. And Elon Musk basically says, well, Donald Trump is going to bankrupt America. And this is also why he's starting the America Party, which is wild because y'all know that Elon Musk is from South Africa. But even a broken clock is right twice a day. Y'all know the big, beautiful bill just passed. Well, I should say the big ugly bill, and long story long, it's adding somewhere in between $4 and $5 trillion in debt. Now, by now, I think we've all heard about these tragic floods that have happened in Texas, and right now the death toll is up to 69 people, and there are still 11 missing.
Death toll? And, that's about... in Texas. It was a tornado, I believe.
Well, y'all remember Doge was
Or was it the flood? The tornado, I believe.
running around taking money and firing people and forcing them into retirement and carrying on. So in San Antonio, The warning coordination meteorologist had taken an early retirement due to the request of Trump and Doge. And this person's job is actually to work with local emergency managers and let them know when it's time to evacuate neighborhoods and groups of people. In the San Angelo office, a staff forecaster, a senior hydrologist, and a meteorologist in charge are all positions that have not been filled. They're gone. And these are people that literally work to forecast the weather and work with the city to make sure that American citizens are safe. But on a bright note, they have...
This is a news message? Okay. She's stating the news.
I found 3 of the missing girls. But also not great so news. Measles are raging here. Eradicated measles because we took vaccines. So anyway, the measles are on the loose. They are surging. There's over 1,200 cases right now, and we're only halfway through the year. Del Monte Foods is filing for bankruptcy. Unfortunately, they said because of the excessive tariffs, it is costing too much for them to import and export foods into the United States. And also there is the tariff on paper and the 50% tariff on aluminum, which they use, to can the food. Yeah, and so they can't handle it anymore. And they are estimating that about 5,000 jobs will be lost. And I have...
Okay. 5,000 jobs will be lost. This tax is standing right over our face. It could be lower or higher, but this is, yeah.
I haven't seen this anywhere on the news, but I know that it happened because there are eyewitnesses on the ground. Do y'all know in Louisville, Kentucky, there's a bunch of white supremacists yesterday that showed up with their flags marching through the community and through the streets trying to intimidate people? Go figure. Now, do you think the police showed up and tear gassed them and shot at them with rubber bullets and battered them with batons? Of course not. Have any of y'all listened to Donald Trump's speech after Beautiful Bill passed in Iowa on the 3rd? He said that he wanted to bring back indentured servitude. Wild. He also said that it doesn't matter if the sea level rises because that just means we're going to have more waterfront property, or that means we're going to have less land. And that there are a lot of criminals that he wants to get up out of the United States, and he's fixing to start sticking ice on y'all and no due process. I don't know why y'all refuse to believe that. And apparently TikTok has been building a new app. It's supposed to be the exact same version of TikTok, but it's just for people that live in the United States, and a new version of TikTok, and that it's going to work the same. Please. Anyway, y'all, I'll see everybody that's coming to game night tonight. Don't forget, we're giving away laptops, very exclusive merch. We're giving away planners, courses, and a bunch of other good stuff. And we're just going to have fun. Bye.
Okay. Daily news, in short. I need to react to, but... Musk thinks America's going bankrupt. Yeah, with another... 2 or 3 trillion to the national debt. Yeah, it's not good. ICE partnered with police in 40 states. Yeah, measles are back. And a new TikTok. Yeah, okay. But those people who are fired from the weather stations all over the country, they are predicting that there are tornadoes or that there are floods or something, and they cannot do this anymore because they aren't there. That's going to be devastating for a lot of cities in the United States. Oh, boy.
And yes, this is a little bit over 3.
I'm Bobby Cole. I'm a lifelong Texan. I'm an East Texas farmer and a retired fireman.
Oh.
The Texas Republican Party is corrupt to the core. Its spineless devotion to Donald Trump is on full display, with Greg Abbott being the prize pony.
Ooh, somebody's running on the Republicans.
All that this blind loyalty to MAGA has brought to the people of Texas has trampled freedoms, liberties, and rights. Common decency and dignity that Texas used to stand for is gone. Replaced with cruelty and division and a way of governance not for the people, but at the behest of only the ultra-rich and the powerful. We are here today to testify against the naked power grab ordered by Trump himself. This redistricting scheme will disenfranchise hardworking Black and Latino communities that deserve to be heard. It doesn't matter what maps you draw or how corrupt your reasoning is to justify it. So do your worst, because that's what you're best at. A reckoning is coming, and the people of Texas will render it on November 3rd, 2026.
Okay, November 3rd, 2026. So I guess midterms is at that point. Yeah. Didn't I see yesterday something from the Democrats of Texas that Trump was planning something like removing them from the Senate or something like that? So 5 less people from Texas, or I'm not knowing the ins and outs, but something hit me yesterday that I think, what? Is the democracy on attack again?
Thank you.
So I think I figured out the biggest difference between MAGA and everybody else. MAGA
Between MAGA and everybody else. Okay.
Judges everybody else by the color of their skin. And everybody else judges people based on the content of their character. And going further into this point,
okay, super racist comment over there, but is this true? I'm really thinking about, I don't know, I don't know the MAGA community good enough to say that it's good or that it's right or it's not right that she said, but it sounds reasonable, let's say.
MAGA judges people on external things. MAGA will judge you by your job, whether you're disabled or not. Again, the color of your skin, your net worth, the things that you own, stuff, everything but who you actually are. Everything except for your personality and your character. Meanwhile, everybody else goes, I don't care how big your house is. I don't care how many cars you have. I don't care what kind of cars you have. I don't care if you're disabled. I don't care what the color of your skin is. I don't care about your net worth. I don't care if you have children. I don't care about anything external. When I judge you as a human being, it's on who you are as a human being.
As a human being. Yeah, okay. Everybody else except MAGA. In between, something like that. I have a dream, Martin Luther King. Yeah, okay.
I have a dream. My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Oh, that's American dream. It's dead.
I'm going to bitch about where I live for just a minute. So if you want to hear the downsides of living in a cabin in the woods, this is definitely a big one.
This is the MAGA good neighbor living in a cabin in the woods. Okay.
All of my neighbors are MAGA. Okay. So they're all, and that sucks so bad. They're not friendly. They're not. I wish they were. They are not. There's a lady that bought the house that is right next door to me, and it's right next door by being a ways away. She's from California. As soon as she bought the house, she paid a service to come over and start taking out these probably 150, 200-year-old trees. So she probably took out 100 of those trees. So it was just very loud, very construction area. And it just decimated the wilderness here. There's no other way to put it. It also shows how much money she has, because in order to afford doing that, we're talking, now I'm ballparking because I don't really know because I haven't done this because I can't afford it. I'm guessing it ran her probably 100,000 to 200,000. Seriously. She created a road. She even put gravel down on the road. I know because I've had to gravel my road. I know the part of the road that she graveled alone costs $10,000 to $15,000. Road upkeep is gargantuanly expensive. Oh, I don't like hearing a siren. That means I gotta check to see if there's any forest fires going on right around here. Wish me luck. She took out all of these trees. She paid hundreds of thousands. She might be trying to put a house back there, although it's not zoned for that. But she opened up a huge part of the forest that's never been opened up before. I was out looking for my squirrel yesterday. It's day number 2 that she's out, but I was out there looking for one squirrel in the wilderness. Talk about having hope in the face of, I mean, has anybody ever tried to find a squirrel in the wilderness? Sometimes my tenacity and hope is just not based in reality, but I was trying. You never know. Magic happens. Anyway, I went over to her side and I checked it out, and I popped out of the woods where I am. I popped out just instantly because the difference between woods and clear cut is just shocking, is the best way to put it. But what these guys did when they took out all of the trees, besides stacking them, they took all of the kindling, basically, and threw it onto my side of the property.
Okay.
So what they did is they made their property a little less able to get torched in a forest fire because there's less trees, and they raked the floor. But what they did is they took all of the little branches and the stuff that catch on fire really easily, and they just threw it over onto my side of the property.
So it's now your problem. All right.
They're like, hey, we just made it so we have less chances of catching on fire, but you? Fuck you. We just increased your chances. We just buried your house in kindling. I asked that neighbor when she first started. I was like, oh, I'd really like to do that too. Can you tell me about ballpark how much it costs? And she was so tight-lipped. She's like, nope, that's a mega neighbor for you. That is one that's not willing to even help at all. And then we'll take the firewood and the kindling and throw it onto your side of the fence. That's a great neighbor. Great neighbor.
You want to hear about some small
Okay, she throws them around a lot of money. I cannot comment on this one too. It doesn't matter if she's MAGA or not. It could not be a MAGA neighbor. It's just someone who's not very social. Let's say this, because she or he has a lot of money.
town corruption and greed, and good old boys in Texas making deals that sell out their very own neighbors and communities, because that's exactly what's happening right now in rural East Texas, and hardly anyone's talking about it. But I'm not afraid to spill the tea and name names, so let's get into it. A company backed by a billionaire hedge fund from out of town is trying to come in and drill roughly 30 industrial wells into the Carrizo-Wilcox aquifer. If approved, this would pull roughly 15 billion, with a B, gallons of water out of that aquifer per year. This is the same aquifer that thousands upon thousands of people across several different counties rely on for their water. And those 15 billion gallons of water that would be pulled out every year isn't going to go to our families and our farms and our schools and our communities. That water would be piped out and sold to fuel development in other areas of the state, leaving us to deal with the consequences. Water levels will drop, pressure will drop, and wells will run dry. This is our only water source for our families, for our...
Oh, I feel her pain coming up. But oh my, is this possible? I'm not familiar with the laws, but is this possible? You're stealing someone's drinking water for profit, again, profit, without regarding to the people, but also nature in general around that pocket of water, that trees and birds and wildlife in general need water too. So it's not only the farms, but wildlife in general. Nobody thinks about this. What will this, of how will this affect the community and the wildlife around it? It's all possible, all because of money.
Our livestock, for our ranches, farms, schools, and everything else in our communities. But here's the kicker, and here's where that corruption and greed comes in. The well drilling company that was hired to drill all of these industrial wells for this project is owned by a man named Donald A. Foster. And up until just yesterday, Donald Foster was on the board of the groundwater district that reviews these permits. This is obviously a huge conflict of interest, but it gets worse. Texas law requires...
Okay. So there is a board who checks about, but this guy is maybe paid off a large amount just to look the other way around or to leave, and then, yeah.
That board members with a financial conflict recuse themselves from all discussions and decisions regarding that issue. But I've been digging through public records, including minutes from this board's meetings over the last year and a half, and these public records do not show that Donald Foster recused himself. Public records show that Donald Foster was present during discussions of this project and even participated in closed sessions where this project was discussed. During one meeting, there was even a vote on whether or not to consult with a hydrologist for these permits for these wells. And it does not show that Donald Foster recused himself or abstained from that vote. In fact, it looks like he voted and it passed unanimously. Now, in April 2025, he did abstain from one vote. The board was voting to accept the applications for these permits as administratively complete. And he did not participate in that vote. He did abstain. There's a public hearing tomorrow at 1:00 p.m. regarding this issue, where the board is going to hear statements from the public and those who are protesting this project. And
yeah, but it's already too late, I guess, because it's after the vote. It's not in front of, before voting, and people are getting heard of.
Donald Foster resigned from that board yesterday. But you don't get to sit in secret meetings and rubber stamp billion-dollar water grabs that line your pockets and then try to get out of the hot seat at the last minute. Not when it's our land, our wells, and our lives on the line. I guess the people who actually live here were never supposed to notice, let alone fight back. But we did notice. We did find out what you were doing, and we're not just going to roll over and take it. We will not let our communities be drained, silenced, and sold. At least not without a fight.
Gerrymandering.
Okay. Title of the video was Bankruptcy Hits MAGA Towns, but...
And voter suppression are absolutely real and a problem because millions are deliberately being disenfranchised from our system. Voter suppression laws didn't create themselves. They were started at the state level within the legislation and oftentimes put to the voters. These passed because too many voters stayed home. To be clear, I'm not blaming voters. I am blaming voter apathy because for decades, we have been told our votes don't matter. The propaganda, the hopelessness, that's what gave them power. Gerrymandering happens at the state legislation. So when we stop showing up, we start handing them the map. Our democracy is not just being taken. It is being surrendered. We can't stay silent and expect to be heard.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. If, let's say, not promotion, if, not promotions, but. Yeah. If people keep on hearing that their votes don't matter, propaganda, that's the right word I was looking for. If the propaganda is being said and people believe what the propaganda says without fact-checking or critical thinking, and they think, okay, voting doesn't matter, I don't go for a vote, yeah, then you're actually surrendering yourself to people who profit from this. Yeah, she's right.
We can't stand still and expect for the abuse to stop. So how do we fix it? We fix it by showing up over and over and over again. We vote, we run, we organize, especially locally.
Yeah, that means that she has to do more propaganda in favor of voting. And yeah, and I think that social media and TikTok is good, but if you're talking about locally, you have to organize locally more information about this stuff and why this propaganda isn't good, and what the real numbers are, what the real facts are, or helping people to back check and to fact check and to help people to do some critical thinking about what's good and what isn't good. Yeah.
That's how we fix this.
Hey, MAGA, did you know that the US dollar has lost 11% in Trump's first 6 months? Did you know that that's the biggest drop in the US dollar since 1973? Before I was even born.
The biggest drop. The US dollar has dropped 11% in Trump's first 6 months. 11%. Yeah. Against the euro, I believe. Yeah. The euro is becoming stronger because of this. Yeah, he's right. He's right. Okay. A lot of ranting, no, not really ranting, but a lot of warnings and complaints about how MAGA is doing things without even knowing that they're doing it, and what they have caused by to other people and to themselves without even knowing that they're doing it to themselves. Yeah, but also propaganda from Trump during his campaign. That it's paying up. I hope for America that there will be somewhere a turnaround. Otherwise, I don't see it end well for the current generation, but especially for the next generation of Americans. Yeah, it's looking darker and darker, the future of America. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, then press like, and if you want to see more of my videos, then this is a good place to start. And if you press the subscribe button, that would mean the world to me also. And I will see you in the next video.